What's up, everybody? J-Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always. Spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Football, basketball, and boxing. Let's get into it. So now we got another huge trade. Jrue Holiday to the Boston Celtics. That was a big time move. The Boston Celtics have now put themselves in the mix. A mix that they were already in. Kind of like Milwaukee. They had a chance at a title. They were one of my 7 teams that I said had a legitimate shot at a title. And that was before all these trades have happened in the last week. And now Boston and Milwaukee have elevated their status. Now, I personally think the Boston trade, they may have possibly given up a little too much. And what I mean by that is Al Horford is aging. Kristaps Porzingis, I think, is an excellent third option. I'm high on that move to get him, but he's had some injury issues. So, and if you know anything about me with sports, I try not to even look at that. I'm an optimist. I want all these guys healthy. So I'm hoping he stays healthy. But that could be the thing that hurts them, is their depth or lack thereof now. Because Robert Williams, who also had some injury issues at times when healthy, he was a starting center who was going to be coming off the bench for Boston. And Malcolm Brogdon was probably going to be coming off the bench, and he could start places. So they had 2 guys on the bench that were essentially starters. Now what they've done is they've created the best starting 5 in the NBA now. That's the Boston Celtics, hands down. I would have made an argument at one point for obviously Milwaukee's 5, Golden State's 5 that gets slept on a lot. But now it's Boston without a doubt. Jrue Holiday is an upgrade from Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was the guy that was pretty much Marcus Smart was pretty much the guy that was their heart and soul on their team. He was the guy that truly made a difference as far as the emotional part of the team, getting them focused and playing hard, and Defensive Player of the Year. First team all defense type of guy. But Holiday, he's that too. Some would say a better defender than Marcus Smart. He's a better shooter than Marcus Smart. He's a better decision maker, in my opinion, than Marcus Smart. And he's got a little more size and length to guard more positions than even Marcus Smart, who was versatile for his size. So it's an upgrade, no doubt. He's got championship pedigree. He's already won a title. He's an Olympic gold medalist. Holiday brings a lot to that squad. And him with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the perimeter, they're going to probably be the best defensive unit on the perimeter in the league, right there with, say, the Clippers, when you got a healthy Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and Terrence Mann and all those guys. Covington and those boys. Boston's right there. And then you also have, again, the unicorn. A guy who many thought at one point Porzingis could be the franchise player and lead a team to a title type of potential. That's what he was being drafted for. That's why they call him the unicorn. Then he was a second option to Luka. That didn't seem to work. They just didn't seem to get along well. But as a third option, that is like a steal to have Porzingis as your third option. He could still turn around and be the second option on that team, depending on how they use him and how he plays. He's such a highly skilled player on offense and the defensive end. He's a great shot blocker. He's good at altering shots because of his length. He's going to be major. And because him and Al Horford can shoot from deep, they're going to be able to spread the floor and allow guys like Tatum and Brown and Holiday to get into the post at times, and then they go out to the top of the key And you can mix match that. You can put Porzingis in the post. You use so many options. I love this Boston Celtics squad. To me right now, they're the best Boston Celtics team Jason Tatum on paper has had the opportunity to play with to date. Right now. There's pressure now, though, on Tatum and Brown, especially Tatum. It's championship or bust. It was already championship the expectations in Boston just because it's the Boston Celtics, title town. But based on their talent and where they've been in the last few years, they've made it to the championship. They've been to many Eastern Conference Finals. Tatum is emerging as a guy people think is top 5, maybe could, emerge as the face of the league or the best player in the league. He's got that type of potential. Brown has elevated his game. He's got some atoning to do for some poor play in the last playoffs. But with Porzingis and Holiday on the squad, a veteran like Al Horford, again, that starting 5 is excellent. They have to figure the bench out. And if their bench gives them anything, then to me, they are now the number 1 team on paper, possibly in the league. Now, again, like I said about Milwaukee, can't just jump people over Denver. Not yet. Need to see what they look like. Bruce Brown is a huge loss, but I think they can mitigate that loss. And they are the champs. And when you come off a title, the confidence and the composure and the elevated chemistry. Remember when the Warriors, who were a team that moved the ball real well, played as a team, came off a championship, they went 73-9 the next season. This is a Denver team that I'm not saying gonna go 73-9, but they could be an all-time great team next year, just brimming with the confidence of having known how to get it done now. And they got the best player in the world still. That hasn't changed. And I expect Murray to elevate his game. But this Celtics team on paper, I get why some people are going to say now Vegas will probably have them number 1 over Milwaukee and Denver. But it's an arms race going on in the NBA right now. Everybody's stacking on talent. I don't believe in super teams because I just think you have great teams and you do what you need to do to get great players, whether that's through free agency trades, whether that's through your general management handling it, or players taking care of it themselves. But I will say, this Milwaukee team, this Celtics team, this Denver team, these guys can, on paper, they look as good as any teams I've seen in the last 10 years. The Cleveland squad with when LeBron had Kyrie and Love, and obviously the Warriors with Kevin Durant. Those 2 teams maybe are the only 2 teams I would say definitively, and obviously the Heat with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, where I would say definitively they're a little bit better on paper than these squads we're seeing right now in this league. But it's by a pinch, and chemistry matters. I mean, these teams could be those type of squads when you really look at them. If you know what you know about basketball and see the guys these guys got. You got a superstar in Tatum in Boston, a star in Brown, another star caliber player in Porzingis, and Jrue Holiday, who's all defensive wizard and an all-star caliber player in himself. Can't wait for this NBA season, y'all. Let's get to it. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is and you know who you're looking for. J-Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or hit the bell. Get at me in the comments. Let's go back and forth on YouTube, Instagram, @TheVaultJMU414 on X, and TikTok as well.